This is Travis Wayne Goodsell. Just got back from my run on the first day of the time change, so I got an extra hour, which was needed because I stayed up late helping a neighbor. Alright, so on this video, it's mostly targeted towards critics of the LDS Church, though it applies to Mormons, as you'll see. It's about spreading lies for other people. Now, critics are wondering, what? No, it's true that the Mormon Church is a fraud, and that the Book of Mormon is plagiarized, and all this stuff. Yeah. However, there are some things that you're spreading about the church which are also lies. And those lies that you're spreading about the church are confessions by the church which you are accepting as true. And so that's where the problem comes in. And the main example of this is with polygamy, though there are others that are not as well known because not as many people understand the topic, such as Egyptian translation. See, the church has come out and confessed that Joseph Smith is not a translator, he just received spiritual revelation, to not only justify the rock in the hat, which was actually rocks, not rock. They've also lied about that, even though they've come clean on that. And also about the Book of Abraham, because even Egyptologists are sort of misleading in what they are claiming as Joseph's inability to translate, because Joseph Smith rendered his translation of the text that's called the Book of Abraham from the facsimiles, not the text of the papyra, which is what Egyptologists are claiming, is that we can't find the name Abraham anywhere in the text. Joseph Smith doesn't make that claim. He was translating, as he indicates from the text of the Book of Abraham, that he was rendering a translation from the facsimiles, and that is a huge difference, because Egyptologists don't know how to translate the facsimiles in Egyptian, or petroglyphs, as I call them, because I'm the one who deciphered how to translate Egyptian petroglyphs. And so, and because I was able to do that, that resulted as from my having deciphered Paleo-Hebrew. And so, when you trust second-hand sources or third-hand sources, which is the case in polygamy, because if you look up the claims of polygamy, they're all third-hand source authors quoting secondary source persons who are just stating their opinion rather than presenting the facts on the matter. And when you get suckered into spreading anything other than primary source information, you're lying for the whatever entity it is that's using the tertiary, secondary information. And so, yes, just like missionaries are going around the world spreading the lies that the church is telling them to spread, so too are critics of the church spreading the lies of the church's confessions of their lies about the church. Just because somebody confesses doesn't mean that their confession is true. And those of you who have been falsely arrested by corrupt cops and are tortured in interrogation to force a confession, you know exactly what I'm referring to here. Just because you confess doesn't mean you're the one guilty. And so with the church, just because they're confessing, and their confessions come from the gospel topic essays that they have posted on their website. So this is legitimately from them. It's not a secondary source information or tertiary author talking about it. This is the church. Even though it was written by secondary source persons, which are actually tertiary source when it's written, because they're authors quoting secondary sources. The church has approved this as official as to the church's position on the matters. And so the ones on polygamy, race and the priesthood, and translation and historicity of the Book of Abraham and the Book of Mormon translation, all those, the church confesses to having lied to Mormons. And for critics to then take those lies as truth, or confessions as truth, that they're finally coming clean, they're not coming clean. You know, for example, the one rock versus the actual two rocks as it was originally. Or the fact that Joseph Smith Sr. was a part of the New Israelites, a crucial part of church history that the church still refuses to acknowledge and present as history of the LDS Church. Whereas apologists, they may cover it, but again, apologists are not official spokespeople for the church. They're a rogue agency supported by the church, but not endorsed as official doctrine, other than those who wrote the gospel topic essays. And that needs to be understood also. As the apologists are loyalists to the church, but they're not given official status in regards to their claims that they make. And there's a reason for that. It's because apology lies. That's what apology is. It's defending a position with unsound argument, unsound reasoning, fallacy. And so you can't trust anything apologists say by virtue of them claiming to be apologists. Once somebody declares themselves an apologist, you can dismiss everything they say, because they've said that they're apologists. They're lying to you. It's like the two employees, or not employees, clients of Rudy Giuliani, who have been arrested. Igor and whatever, the Ivan or whatever names they have. Those two guys, if you've heard of what their names of their businesses are, that should be a clue to everyone. You don't do business with them. And so, similar to the church. The church has confessed to lying, and so all we can trust of the church now about anything is that they've lied. That's it. We can't trust a single word they say because they've confessed to lying to us. We cannot trust any other words they say. We cannot trust their confession of what they claim to now be as truth. All we can trust from them is that they've lied. And that's as far as we can go. And until they present primary source information to rebuild our trust in them, we cannot trust them. And so, critics, please understand that just because the church has confessed to polygamy of Joseph Smith, just because the church has confessed to Joseph's inability to translate, or that he had one rock, that you can't take that beyond other than that they've confessed to lying to us. We don't know what is true now. We have to find out the truth for ourselves, independent of the church. and that's why I published my book series and the combination book of the book series into the Real Book of Mormon, something like that title. And Amazon, they've shadow banned me to the point where you have to type in my full name, and then if you do Real Book of Mormon, that should bring up the book if you're interested in it. And so that's where I'm getting all my comments that you've never heard before, such as the Knights Templar that's involved with the Smiths. And so, yeah, because of YouTube and their abuse, as they betray America with promoting of Russian propaganda and abuses and bots, I have to do these type of videos rather than the ones I was trying to do to try to make myself look a little more professional, like throwing in pictures and all that type of stuff. So because of YouTube, I can't do that. Alright, so enjoy your day, and I'll see if I get other videos in today. I've gotten caught up on much of the stuff I have to do today, and it's Sundays, which are usually no work days anyway, because everything's caught up